KWL charts, a teaching strategy. Let's give quick credit to Donna Ogle, who's credited with coming up with KWL charts. Use this three-part organizer to engage, guide, and review. Now, why should teachers use KWL charts? KWL charts are great at involving students in the learning goal because it directly asks them to identify what they want to know. Students understand and clearly identify the learning objective. Students must consider and evaluate what they already know about the topic on hand. Students hypothesize as well as activate prior knowledge in completing the chart. The way the chart is constructed, students finish up by summarizing what they already know and reviewing the material. Students get a chance to reflect on everything they have learned. Next up, how do we use KWL charts? Here is the way a fellow teacher and friend uses KWL charts. The first thing you have to do is print copies of KWL charts. Make sure all students have a copy. Next, you begin your lesson, write on the board what we know, want to know, and have learned on the board. Then you ask them a question. What do you already know about the topic? Here, you give students a chance to write it down on their papers. Next, ask them to share what they wrote. And then as they shared with you, you can write it on the board. Then ask them the question, what do you want to know? Again, give them time to write it down on their paper. Students can then share their want to know with the class and the teacher can write it down on the board. At this point, the teacher begins answering those questions. Teachers should allow for open discussions. Now, talk with your class what you have learned. Then begin writing it on the whiteboard. And lastly, let the students write what they have learned on their own KWL chart papers. Now, here's an actual example. Let's say the topic of the day is the great Martin Luther King Jr. Write the topic at the top. Then you can write what I know, what I want to know, and what I have learned. Maybe the students know about the I Have a Dream speech. They know that he is a civil rights activist. And they know that his holiday is in January. Maybe some questions they have are, did he ever get arrested? Also, they ask, how did he help out African Americans? And for the last part, you answer the question about whether or not he went to jail, along with the reason why. Here, you also have to write the important information, such as the bus boycotts, his political influence, and his use of nonviolence. So, right now I want to say thank you for your time, subscribe to the channel, and click the link below for resources to teaching strategies.